La Cueva de los Vientos. Pues llegando a comprar los tickets para entrar a la Cueva de los Vientos. Pues acá se mira mejor aquí todo esto, montañas. Muy bonito que se mira. Bonita vista aquí del cañón.
Layers after layers of all these fossils getting stacked up upon each other, something cool is starting to happen. All right, guys, now we're going to travel to 70 million years later. You guys remember that time, right? Okay, cool, because that's how we got these mountains. 70 million years later, after that, mountains started to form, sinkholes were getting formed, tectonic plates were happening everywhere. And because of those tectonic plates, they would give us these cool things in our caves called lifelines. Well, funny enough, when we get in there, I'll show you guys some lifelines. You guys ready to rock and roll? Yeah. All right, y'all. Last minute trash can, left hand side. You guys have everything you need to spit out? All right, and just pause right here for just a second.
Empezando las entrada.
Okay. My group of 4 out right there in that very room and wait for me, okay?
Okay.
You guys are set? And then my group of 3, you guys
Thank you.
Same thing. Oh no, you lost your person. Where'd he go?
I guess I cut in front of you. No, you're getting. Oh my God.
Vamos bajando.
All right, girls, you're small. Okay.
Entrada a la cueva.
Inside the cavern.
Here we go.
Aquí se que encontraba.
But instead of whispering things, I'm just going to point and look, and then the people behind me will point and look. That way those guys up there will see the same stuff as you guys back there. And then we'll kind of talk about everything in the next room. Sound good? Yeah? Great. Okay. I'm going to... See, you got this. Easy.
Point over here.
Keep pointing, look up.
Look at this.
And then I'm going to have you 4 come right over here onto this side. That's perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. Perfect. Awesome. Isn't that cool? And then my 3 wonderful ladies, I'm going to put you guys right here on this side because you're perfect height to stand right there. And then I'm going to have you guys just kind of curve in right over here. That's perfect. I'm a little bit keep tracking right now. All right, you guys have a chance to see everything. We told you guys, we don't know how it broke. Some of us are going to say an SE mudslide came rolling through here. Enough power and force is going to break them right in half. Some of us are going to say plate tectonics had something to do with it. Well, unfortunately, those 2 things will never grow back together again. And if you know who Taylor Swift is, you could say that they're never ever getting back together. And that's all there is to it. My friends, at the bottom of these stairs, you guys are going to make a sharp left-handed turn. We're going to do that other game of telephone again. Does that sound good? Yeah. All right, y'all. Please be careful. Watch.
Wow. This is very little tiny.
It's a little more narrow. Just, hey, be careful. Watch your steps.
Hey.
Cueva. Así como vamos bajando, yo creo que no
Careful.
de la momia. Be careful, guys. Mucho cuidado. Be careful. Remember, no touching the squishy. No vamos a encontrarnos hasta rodos de los Señor de los Anillos acá abajo.
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, we're going to head down this next hall.
Yeah, I'm like, qué bonita la piedra, mira.
Point and look.
Beautiful.
All right, I'm gonna throw some words at you.
This is the front.
Point and look.
Watch your head on the left.
Okay.
Watch out.
Wow, look at the monkey
at a
here.
stone.
Something
And then Martin, look up.
right here. Oh.
Nice.
Wow, look at that.
Isn't that
So pretty. Ahí está Soda. Ahí dice el nombre.
Ándale abajo. hombre.
It's so beautiful.
Ándale abajo. Ok.
There's some netting as you guys are walking through back there. Make sure you guys look up underneath that netting.
Point and look.
Point and look.
All right, I got one more for you.
Uh-oh. Arriba. Arriba.
Point and look.
I love this game.
Yeah.
You guys are doing it really well. This is my first discovery tour. I've taken in ages, so you guys are doing awesome.
Oh, cool. Wow. So cute.
Nice.
Look at what it is. Crystals or what?
Oh, look at the light.
Big old cluster of popcorn.
Wow.
And I'm gonna have you go right here, okay? Right there? Yes, ma'am. That's perfect. And then could I have you keep your light pointed this way? It's dark back there. They're doing darkness right now. Oh, that cool stuff. Yeah. I got some more of it right above you, actually. The stuff's just a little bit smaller than that stuff.
Oh.
It almost looks like something you'd see in the ocean in the fossils.
Does it almost look like a potato that got overgrown? And it grew a bunch of legs and had nowhere to go? So that's what I like to call them. However, around these parts we call this cave coral. These are also formerly known as white beaded anthodites. So we have a lot of that stuff hiding around here. Sometimes the more humidity it gets and the more wet that our caves get, these things are more likely to grow. But as you guys can see, it's dry, isn't it, down here? Do you guys remember that first set of netting where you guys walked under and it looked like there was a bunch of frozen stalactites almost? Frozen icicles? Those are called baby soda straw stalactites. How old do you think they are? We call them babies, but how old are they? Give me a number. Do you think they're 10,000 years old? They're not that old. They're only between 1,000 to 3,000 years old. So they're old, but not quite. All right. Almost, huh?
It's all set for you guys.
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
We left
thanks.
light on. We left a couple lights on.
Oh,
for
thank you. You didn't have to do all that.
Yeah, we did.
All right, my friends, so here's the plan. We're gonna go do some cave darkness. But to do cave darkness, I do need everybody's help to get us back there. So we're gonna use our phone flashlights on the way in. However, if you wanna set a brave soul up with me, we'll use our one and only source of light. It's not lit right now, you have to do that. However, when we get in there, you guys are gonna have to turn off all of your artificial lighting away, which means you guys can't record in cave darkness because then what's the point, right? All right, you guys ready to rock and roll? All right, who's my brave soul going in with me?
What do you guys think?
Should I just have all three of you as my brave souls? All right. You have your phone flashlight. You have to get that back to her to be a brave soul.
Oh, okay.
But you're probably the oldest out of the three, so I'm gonna hand that to you. You're gonna lead. You're gonna go behind. You're gonna go behind, and then I'm gonna go behind. All right, my friends, go ahead and follow. Yep, just keep going. Does it feel like we're exploring? You guys got this. I'm right here. Yep, and then turn. Yep, there you go. And make one more turn. To the left. It's dark, I know. That's what you have a light for. Yeah, this is cool, huh?
Oh my.
All right, you guys are gonna go up just a little bit further, okay? All right, that's perfect, right there. And we're gonna go ahead and shift onto this side. Here, why don't you come stand over here? There you go. Are you good right there? Do you feel safe? Okay. My friends, go ahead and turn off and hide away all of
Yeah, well, mommy was very.
Se vino. Vamos para arriba.
We should have had 19 people, but we don't. And we're going to take advantage of having a smaller group. Your legs starting to hurt yet?
No.
I mean, we could do the tour again if you want. This is it. This is known as Old Maid's Kitchen. Although, if you know what an old maid is, some of you might say the card game, right? Or some of us might say a maid that's very old. However, in today's word, an old maid back in the day would have been considered a woman who was just 18 years old and unmarried. Oh, well, thank goodness times have changed, right, ladies?
Yes.
Yes. The year is 1910. Two old maids come on this tour. They come in here, they take a look around, and imagine this. You've seen nothing but pretty stuff this entire time. They make it into here and they go, there's nothing pretty to look at. They asked their tour guide if they could leave their shiny metal hairpins up on this wall so people would have something nice to look at when they came in here. Tour guide brushed it off and said, you know what, it's fine, go ahead. So we let him. But then a year would go by and those old maids would come back again. And these old maids come back, but they're not old maids anymore. They come back with healthy and wealthy and handsome husbands. And a tradition would begin around here. We throw something on the wall, it sticks, good news, a year of good luck, possible marriage. You throw something on the wall and it doesn't stick, or you knock somebody else's thing off, that's a whole lot of bad luck coming for you and a possible divorce. Now do you understand why I don't want you guys to put anything up on the wall? Exactly. Think about all the luck and everything that's on this wall. It goes all the way back to the year of about 1912. We eventually had to put a netting in so that we could keep doing it. We did stop around in the early 2000s, but the wall became too much. So if you guys do want to donate anything, please put it in the bin. Regardless of what you guys see up on the wall, sometimes your tour guides like myself will come in here and personally remove those things. And guess where those things go? In the bin. My friends, do you guys have any questions about anything before we get out of here?
No.
All right, at the bottom of those stairs, you guys are gonna make a sharp left-handed U-turn. If you guys are sick of those stairs, don't. And once upon a time, there would be a river full of water flowing in here. And if you guys take a look up on the walls right behind you, you guys can see all of these pretty layers that are in here. I don't wanna blind you. How many of you have ever taken a Mento and put it in a 2-liter bottle of soda? Oh, just me? Ah, there it is. That fun science experiment, right? Do you remember that funny word I used earlier, carbonic acid? Where else do we find carbonic acid? I told you, remember? And soda. So if that river water is sitting in here, and one day when that water is sitting in here, it gets mixed in with that carbonic acid. At the time, this water doesn't have anywhere else to go, but it mixes in and creates all this water pressure, shooting it up right in here, and it would create all these dome-like circles for us. It says man-made. You guys can take a step up there, lean up against, look up in there.
Wow.
On the way out, please do watch your heads. This is our only man-made passageway, but it is not man-made height.
Okay. Porque nos desasustaron, ¿verdad? Yo no sé, no, ¿para qué te vamos con esto? Venía con un short. A ver, vamos a tapar. Pero bueno.
una cascada aquí dentro de la cueva.
I think, how old are you? I think probably around like 10 or 11. I'm thinking I was probably around her age the last time that I went. So it's been a while, so I don't know if anything's changed, but I remember it being, I don't want to say it's like the coolest thing in the world. I know that I was on a trip with my grandparents at the time. They wanted to do that, but I wanted to go to the art museum that was downtown. When was that? Do you remember? It was like 500 million years ago when we were all there surviving underneath the water. They're prehistoric animals. Well, congratulations, because you guys have traveled back to the year 1880.
Wow.
1880, we would have two young boys by the name of George and John Pickett who would be out on a church group outing, hiking through the canyon that you drove past on the way up here. When these boys were out there hiking, they were kind of hoping to find a cave, since this area is well known for its caves. But upon doing so, they would hear a strange howling sound coming from the ridges above. So these boys hike on up to that sound. They find themselves standing under two very large sinkholes, and there's a cave entrance. These boys would light their candles. They'd start making their way in, only about 30 to 40 feet though, before the howling sound would pick up, taking out their one and only source of light. Those boys had been so scared out of their mind, thinking they were convinced of finding a haunted cave, they would book it all the way down to Manitou Springs, telling everybody about the said haunted cave. But that's not really a story that most people are going to believe. There was one guy that did by the name of George Snyder, though. George was a master stone carver back in his day and a part-time journalist writer. In fact, George is one of our former owners here at Cave of the Winds. George would bring up all of his tools. He'd get to that spot where the boys were and start digging around, and it would take him about 2 days before George would officially poke his head right out of this little hole over here, and we would officially find what we know as Cave of the Winds. One of the first things that George had seen when he got into this room were these giant overhanging rocks back here on this side. That would remind George the look of that fancy canopy seating on those opera houses back east. So George would name this room Canopy Hall. It's by far the biggest room on our entire tour, and at 200 feet long, 60 feet wide, and about 35 feet tall in height. My friends, I have good news and I have bad news. What do you guys want first? Your tour's ending. Do you guys want the good news?
Yeah.
On the way out, I'm going to show you guys those sinkholes that I just told you about from the boys. The other good news is, do you guys remember those photos that I took of you at the beginning of this tour? Yeah. Quote unquote for safety reasons? Well, this is a trap, and I do have to try and sell those back to you. If you guys don't want your photos, that's fine. Give them back to me. I'll probably...
What?
All right, we'll see you guys back next time. Thank you.
There they go. Look at her, Bill. Oh, it's not working. It's not working. Gosh almighty. I didn't hear anything. Are they awake? Oh, it's fun now since it's over with, huh?
Are you nervous yet?
Foto.
3, 2, 1.
Esta es la parte más fea.
nada. Las tirolinas son más feas.
¿Sí? No quiero ver para abajo. No quiero ver para abajo. ¡Ay!
Welcome back, my friend.
¡Ote!